All right, let's talk Michigan Wolverines football. Got some news involving the Wolverines program, and not some of that news where it's anonymous sources or sources familiar to the matter. We actually have some good reporting about refuting an early report involving Coach Harbaugh. It was originally reported that Michigan had decided to pull contract extension talks from Harbaugh. That evidently is 100% false. We've got a report to highlight the opposite. If you want to pull it up, Miles, I will read from it. This is according to Outkick. All right, there was a report from the weekend that Michigan had pulled an extension off the table that it would have made the Harbaugh the highest paid coach in the Big Ten. The Wolverines head coach disputed that during his Monday press conference, claiming the report wasn't, quote, accurate, unquote. Now, a new report released Tuesday morning from On3's Chris Ballas claims not only were the conversations not shut down, but also the school is seemingly unanimous in its decision to race towards an extension. Quote, the UM administration and others met Sunday morning to discuss the NCAA's findings and determine how to proceed. While rumors spread that it was about a potential Harbaugh resignation or perhaps even a suspension, it was just the opposite. Based on what they were presented, most were in favor of moving forward with the extension. By Monday morning, it appeared to be a lock with details to be finalized Tuesday. There was some consternation among some Monday night, but several sources indicate the Board of Regents was, quote, unanimous in its support of the extension. There actually has been a recent photo coming out of the Michigan president with Harbaugh and the entire team taking a picture today about a few hours before we went online to record this video. So again, it looks like the entire program, the administration, despite everything that's been leaked in the media, is 100% behind Harbaugh. And I think there's one key lesson here. Anyone who follows these kind of sports, these kind of stories, you have to always take a second. Anytime you hear the words, according to sources familiar with the matter, or according to sources that prefer to be unanimous or anonymous, or sources that, sources with familiarity but don't want to reveal their names because of their competitor or something like that. Whenever you hear those words, that means every other word is 100% garbage. We saw reports like that over the weekend. A lot of big media folks, the Wall Street Journal, ESPN, picked it up and ran with it. They were quoting people that clearly did not know what they were talking about. Now we have some actual sources from literally Michigan itself, because those are the only people that matter, saying that all of that was wrong. They're moving forward with the Harbaugh extension. I think it's a good decision by Michigan. I think this is an important statement and a big move by the Board of Regents and the entire athletic department going forward, showing support with Harbaugh and the entire football program at this point. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this issue, but before I hand it over to you, Wolverines fans, we're starting to get closer to some real football, kind of put all the silliness behind us. Got Purdue coming up this weekend. Should be a blowout, but look, you never know. Some of these games, conference games can become really close, really competitive. Give us your prediction, final score, Michigan, Purdue in the comment section below. But Miles, what's your take on this report and how it just contradicts everything that came out over the weekend?
Yeah, Nick, it's definitely a no-brainer. If you look back since 2021, I believe Harbaugh's had one loss in the regular season in the past 3 years. So, of course, they're going to extend them. This guy's been lights out. He's been to the college football playoff every year those last 3 years. Most likely he's going to go this year again. So, it's just good business. He's an excellent coach. Like you said, you can't believe anything. People are just trying to get clicks nowadays. You run stories, you do things like that. You don't really care who said it as long as someone will kind of say something. You take that, run with it, try to generate the most clicks you will. I'm sure those same websites that said that he got his contract extension pulled from him will come around and write a story saying multiple sources this weekend came out and were wrong in saying this. Actually, they're going to extend him. So they're just going to say whatever they want to say. You can't really, pay too much attention to it. Like you said, tell the sources come out. Tell someone who's willing to put their name out there. Like, hey, I'm with the team. My name's Jim Harbaugh. I'm Jim Harbaugh's agent. Those are the only sources that you can really trust. But obviously, I think this is an excellent decision by Michigan. Harbaugh, one of the best coaches in all of college football right now. The proof's in the pudding. And I think they're looking even better this year. Like I said, they've been college football playoff 2 out of the last 3 years so far. I think coming into this fourth year out of those, I think he's going to do it again. I think this is their best chance thus far to make a big-time effort to get into the actual college football playoff and win that game next. So I think no-brainer for Michigan. And like you said, all of these stories, you can't really trust them.
Yeah, especially when you look at how they're presented, and you brought it up, the look where it's a clicks business. I mean, this is YouTube, right? It's a clicks business. It's the way it is. But I was blown away excuse me, on how these so-called professional outlets, the Washington Post of the world, the ESPNs of the where you have someone literally on Twitter who has a blue check, which by the way, you can just pay for nowadays, would literally just say something, say, I heard from sources that know that, Michigan's going to pull everything from Harbaugh, and you click on that guy's channel and it's from some random Ohio State Buckeyes blog. And you're like, okay, this guy clearly doesn't know anything at all. He's just a random guy on the internet. Nothing wrong with random guys on the internet. You're looking at two random guys on the internet right now. But the reality is you've got all these big papers and big sites that then roll with that kind of stuff. And it's just one of those things. It's designed to generate all kinds of negative publicity to force, in my opinion, Michigan into that corner. It's one of those self-fulfilling prophecies. That's why I give a lot of credit to the Michigan administration to saying, no. We know there's a lot of drama. We know there's a lot of consternation. We're standing behind Harbaugh. He's our guy. We're going to lock him up to a long-term deal. We're going to pay him a lot of money. And we're focusing on winning national titles, like you alluded to, actually making a run to a national title, not just getting to the college football playoff, but actually winning the games, making it to the national title game, hopefully winning it. We're committed to that. And look, this is the Wolverines program that's set up very good, not just this year, for the long term. But one thing I did like is that when these reports started rolling out, basically everyone was saying, what is statement by Michigan directly to the NCAA? One reporter said this is literally a middle finger to the NCAA. I love that for the Michigan administration standing by their guy, because right now all we've heard is a bunch of random garbage that doesn't seem to actually correlate to anything, and a bunch of people blabbing their mouth on social media, right? Now is not the time to just sort of make, you're basically at this time hearing some random news on social media and you got idiots saying, oh, convict them, right? That's not how this world works. That's not how the system works. Credit to Michigan for recognizing that, not listening to the Twitter mob or the X mob, whatever it is these days, and sticking behind their man in Harbaugh.